While others talk theory from their studios, I take you into the field to show you real deals, real investors, and real results. This is not classroom real estate. This is the unfiltered, boots on the ground playbook of the pros. Hi guys, my name is Brian Trippe. I live in Birmingham, Alabama, but I travel all across the country to bring you in-person interviews and property walkthroughs of professional real estate entrepreneurs. I'm so glad you're along for the ride, so let's get into today's show. What's up, everybody? I'm in Irondale, Alabama, and we're going to do a property walkthrough real quick with the one and only Mr. Matthew Gregory. What's going on, Matthew?
What's up, Brian? Good to see you, man.
We're going to walk through this house. I want Matthew to show y'all, what do we look for when we're very first walking through a potential property that we might buy?
Okay, so you got to have a trusted flashlight. So I always look at windows. I look at electrical. You always want to know if the electrical is grounded. You want to know if it's aluminum wiring, things like that. You want to look at roof stains. You want to look at the electrical panel, right? This has fuses. You always want to look at back decks. You want to look at trees around the house because people don't always look at the trees, and trees are very expensive to remove. It's good advice. So I'm always looking at the layout, trying to figure out what I would want to change to make the layout work better. And if I would want to remove some load-bearing walls. So this is a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, which is nice. It's a pretty small master bathroom. So I always want to look and see if you can extend that some way into another closet. So this house does have a closet space, but there's a water heater and a furnace in there. So, you know, would it be worth moving those items to expand the master shower space? Maybe sometimes, maybe not in this neighborhood. So cracks like that are always good to recognize. So spots like that would indicate that there might be a roof issue. The windows are aluminum, not very good. So for me, I would always try to replace those in just about any house. So that's about it for this house.
You would probably, we're in the front room right here, you'd probably try to knock out this wall, right?
I would knock that wall down and try to make the kitchen bigger. I would knock that wall down too and have a kitchen, eating kitchen type area and a bigger living room. So that wall is load bearing, so you could take an LVL from there to the other end. If this was maybe a more expensive area, I would probably try to take the carport space and turn that into more living space, which works really well. It's a great way to take what's already under the roof, which costs less to redo, to add on. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it might cost $25 a foot to redo that, and you might get 150 or 200 a foot out of it, right? Mm-hmm. So I love doing that.
But you said if it was a little bit better of an area.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if you'll get your money out of it in this neighborhood.
So this is just so people know, this is, what do you think, 200 to 250 resale?
That's probably a 250 resale.
250 resale.
Yeah.
So, and you just did a quick walk there. I mean, that was pretty quick. So,
well, yeah, so I just want to get an idea if I like it enough to offer on it.
Oh, okay.
And if I liked it, I would probably stay a little longer and probably try to check out the crawl space.
But you don't like it?
I personally don't like it. I don't like what is around it. You know, at the right price, I would like it. At the price that I'm told I can get it for, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this something where you see, because you have so many and you have so many leads and you have so many, you know, realtors bringing you deals?
Well, I might have, you know, some opportunities coming my way, but it's never enough. So it's not like I have so many deals that I would pass up on this if it was a deal.
Mm-hmm. Right. So at this point, what's your next step? What should our next step be? We come through, walk through it. We don't really love it. We don't, for the price. What would our next step be? Would it be some sort of negotiating or?
Well, for me, I know who has this house under contract. It's a wholesaler. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't want to say too much because he's not marketed it, but it's a wholesaler and I know where he's at and he's telling me the numbers are tight. It's just a deal that I don't necessarily like. Okay. And I know that there is some stuff behind here that floods. Mm-hmm. So, and when I pulled up, I noticed that there's some heavy flooding in the yard. And that also makes me a little nervous.
And it's crawl space too, so that's...
Yeah, so, I mean, it would need to be encapsulated with a pump underneath it, right? So,
and you probably don't love doing that.
No, I love doing that. We do it all the time, but here it just adds more money to the rehab, and I don't know if you'll be able to get it back out.
Yeah, got it. Awesome.
Good.
No, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me ask you something. Who's in your corner? One of the biggest breakthroughs in my real estate journey came when I stopped trying to figure it all out on my own and I started surrounding myself with high-level investors who are actually doing deals and building real businesses. That's why I created Board of Advisors, a curated mastermind for real estate entrepreneurs who are serious about growth. We're talking real conversations about cash flow, hiring, deal flow, burnout, and strategy, the stuff that actually moves the needle. We're meeting October 6th and 7th in Birmingham, Alabama, and if you've been feeling stuck or isolated or like your business could grow faster with the right people around you, then I want you to go to boamastermind.com and enter that promo code podcast. That way you get a deep discount, and that way you can join us. When I say deep discount, I really mean it. I'm literally only covering my costs to host the event. So go ahead and go to boamastermind.com, enter that promo code podcast. And I just want to be clear here, this isn't one of those flashy masterminds full of influencers trying to build their followings. This room is built for operators, real estate investors who want to scale their business, not their social media presence. Go to boamastermind.com, enter the promo code podcast, and meet me in Birmingham on October 6th and 7th. What's up, everybody? We are back out here in Hoover, Alabama with the one and only Matthew Gregory. We're going to do another tour of a house that he has got right now that he's working on. So Matthew, tell us about this house.
Hey guys, we're in Green Valley still. It's a house I bought a few months ago, and we're getting close to getting it wrapped up. The inside is done. This house has a little bit of a unusual shape to it, so we are trying to go more of a mid-modern look, and that's what we're trying to make happen. Right now we have a lot of trees planted at the road that we'll probably remove once the house is finished to almost like have a unveiling. I guess that is a nice covering, I guess, of the house, but let's go take a look at it, man. So this is kind of a den, kind of entry area off the carport with the laundry room and a pantry will be in there. And so this house really required a lot of thought because it was a weird layout. So we really spent a lot of time trying to get this layout just right. And we'll do that at times if it might take a couple of visits to the house to kind of, start on the demo and keep coming back until you get the layout just right. One thing I was struggling with here is this is vinyl siding on the exterior of this house. I don't love that, but I'm going to paint it in a way where hopefully it looks good. It has two rear porches on the back of it. So one's off of a bedroom, one's off the den. Little unusual again, but what this house is going to give somebody is this really large. So for our price per foot, it'll be a great price.
Tell us about the backyard.
So it's got a great backyard, man. Nice and flat, right? Fenced in with a privacy fence. You can play football out here with the kids.
It's a big lot because the front was huge too.
Yeah, it's a huge lot, man.
I mean,
sometimes that can be a turnoff for some people who might not want to cut so much grass. For me, in this area, it's a win. You can get a nice flat yard. So we come in here, and the kitchen cabinets are in. Base cabinets are in at least. Countertops are coming soon. And then the uppers will come in, and we'll install the appliances. So really, the hardwoods are done. The painting is done. So what's left here is electrician comes in, and then after the countertops and the uppers are in, the kitchen will be done. We did change out these windows on the front. The old kitchen was laid out right here, and it had a wall going down this middle. We really had to address that because it was kind of odd how the layout was. So we went ahead and opened up the whole room.
So these windows back here, this was already here.
This was already here.
Those are already here. And what about like the beams up here?
So that was kind of weird. So when we took this wall down, we realized that the beams were not meeting each other at the same spot in the middle. Mm-hmm. So we had to relocate all three of these beams to match these.
Huh.
But we got it done. We had to be a little creative.
Do you feel like that's not probably something you had to do, but from a look standpoint?
Yeah, I feel like we had to do it. I mean, the way the house looks is what will make somebody buy it or not buy it. And to me, it looked kind of not well done.
I think that's the interesting thing about, all these years I've known you is that's kind of the extra step and the extra mile you're going to take when I think a lot of these folks are just trying to get in and get out. Let's get as much profit.
We're trying to get in and get out too, but we're trying to do those extra steps while we get in and get out. So what I feel like we're good at doing is once we recognize that it needs some adjustments, we just get on it and get it done. So it's not really holding us up. We're spending a little bit more money getting it there, but I think at the end of the day, our house is going to pull more money because we do those items like that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then on the back half of the house is where the bedrooms are, I'm assuming?
Yep. Yep. So we almost made it into a 4, but this is also a 3-3. So we had a small problem here. We had to step this up. So my hardware guy will have to get a little creative in adding a threshold. Nice vanities. Man, we don't do cheap vanities on our houses. It makes a difference. It really does.
Well, so what are you going to do? This is interesting because what are you going to do here? What could you do?
We're going to do probably a gradual threshold where it's almost like a pie shape. So hopefully you don't even notice that too much. Mm-hmm. It's our smoke detectors go in. Mm-hmm. This is the master bedroom. Lately, I've been so conflicted in calling it, what do you call it? Main bedroom, primary, master. So it's got a huge shower in it, which is nice, right? Again, we try to put nice vanities in our houses. It's Kohler vanity. So what I do is I go online, and when they're on sale, I buy all I can. So I'll buy 20 of these at a time. And retail on that one's like $1,800. But when I get them for $9.99, I'll buy 20 at a time. And it just makes all the difference, man. It really does.
That's awesome. So, and this is what you were talking about earlier. This is the door that takes you to that back porch.
Yeah.
From the master bath.
That's right.
So that's interesting.
No. This is the master closet.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So the master bath, that back porch goes off of another bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Which, again, it's a little bit unusual.
But it's such huge square footage, and a lot of times in these older houses, you probably have some interesting layouts.
Yeah, exactly. And you could take all that out if you wanted to, but it's not really hurting anything. So, here's another trick. In here, it has the old staples and the hardwoods. It had carpet over it at one point. So that's really, you can't get that out really. So what we'll probably do is stage this room. Because once a bed's in here, it'll probably cover most of that. So we'll probably stage this with a bed and a rug to kind of cover that. So this is the door going to that back porch. It's not painted yet, but it is a little unusual. So, I guess one thing is this room might not end up as a bedroom. It might be an office or something. And if that's the case, it would make a lot of sense to have a porch.
It's such a big house. What's the square footage on this? Do you remember?
Dude, I don't know, but I feel like it's, 2,800?
Yeah, I was going to say 3.
Yeah, which is really hard to find with one level. It really is. And
this is such a massive area.
It's a great room.
And the front door's here. And then you walk in and you've just got this enormous area with all this natural light.
Yeah. It's a great house.
And then you love those big islands.
It sells, man. I don't necessarily love it because I love it because it works and it sells well. So, our cabinet guy, we try to stretch these as big as we can. You're going to have your sink right here. Have your dishwasher right here. It's going to have a 12-inch overhang. Your refrigerator is going to go right here. And, you know, obviously when you have a fridge next to a wall, you're going to want to have as big of a strip of wood right here to have your fridge kind of off the wall so you can open up the door. Because you wouldn't believe how many houses I go into that you can't open the door on the fridge. So in here will be a nice laundry room and a wall of pantries right here. So what I've started doing is on all my houses, I'm trying to put in built-in pantries because the market's not moving as well as it was maybe 2 years ago. So you really have to step it up on your layouts and your remodels because, I mean, your buyers might have other houses they're interested in too, and you have to get yours on top of that list. I'm having to work harder to get each house sold right now. I'm not scared of work. Like, I can tell you how to speed the process up is even things as simple as making sure that your guys are doing exterior work on pretty days and doing interior work on rainy days and not the other way around, because then you'll get a call on a rainy morning and you'll have to move 8 or 10 crews over. That's not always ideal. So encourage your guys to do exterior work on pretty days and then interior work on rainy days.
This is hilarious that you're going to get rid of all these trees that they probably worked so hard to put up.
Well, do you think, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. When it's ready to do the landscaping, I'm going to call the listing agent here and maybe 2 other agents I know and say, what do you think we should do? Because I'm still on the fence. Do I get rid of all these trees? It's going to cost money to do that, but it will open the house. And I would say this, if we didn't have a backyard where kids could play in it, then you'd want all this in the front yard because kids would be out here playing. But I don't know if you want all these trees, do you?
Somebody obviously went to...
If you're a recluse and you don't want anybody to see you, keep the trees.
Somebody went to such a huge extremes to get all these planted perfectly like this to create the privacy.
Yes. Yes. And maybe if I get multiple people over here that know what buyers are going to want. But last thing I want to do is get buyers here and say, why would I want this house when you can't even see the house? Like, yeah, I don't know yet.
Gotcha.
I've got to figure that out.
So we just did a walkthrough of this house over here in Hoover. Matthew, give us the numbers. What did you buy it for?
Okay, so
what do you think you're going to put in it?
Okay, so I paid $260 for this house.
Okay.
We're at $105,000 right now. I think by the time we're done, we'll have 140, 150 in it, just like the other one. I think this one could pull a little bit more than the other one because of the size if we get it looking the right way. And I really think we have a plan to get it looking right. Still, a few unanswered things like what are we going to do with the landscaping, because it is kind of a jumbled up mess right now here. But with this yard, it could be fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be priced around $500.
You going to be happy with that?
Yeah. 260, 150, 410, right?
410, but plus obviously closing costs.
Yeah. So, you know, if you can make over 40 on one, for me, it's worth doing. Our average is right around 70 grand per house, per flip. So some go a little bit higher, some go way over. Like actually on Friday, I had a closing where it was a really good house. We paid $320 for it. It was a burned house, so it took a lot more effort, but we put $300 in it. So $610 and pulled $850.
Yeah.
I mean, so some you do, you know, if you can make 200 plus on one, that's a really solid flip in our market.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes you make 10 or 20 grand on them, right? Yeah. So, you know, but if you run the averages with volume, you know, they're all worth doing.
Yeah. With volume.
With volume.
Yeah. If you're doing 1 or 2 or 3 a year, you'd probably be honed in a little bit more.
Well, what would your average, like what is worth actually making on one? So if our average is 70 grand, that is a pretty good day.
Do you ever look at it in terms of we put this much money out, so we'd like to get this percentage back out of it?
Man, I'm at the point where if I like the house, I buy it and flip it. I don't tend to overanalyze it. I'm with you. If you're doing 2 or 3 or even 10 or even 20 a year, you probably want to be more careful. But, you know, for me, I'm keeping a lot of guys busy. And at the end of the year, we do pretty well with them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Who's in your corner?
One of the biggest breakthroughs in my real estate journey came when I stopped trying to figure it all out on my own and I started surrounding myself with high-level investors who are actually doing deals and building real businesses. That's why I created Board of Advisors, a curated mastermind for real estate entrepreneurs who are serious about growth. We're talking real conversations about cash flow, hiring, deal flow, burnout, and strategy, the stuff that actually moves the needle. We're meeting October 6th and 7th in Birmingham, Alabama, and if you've been feeling stuck or isolated or like your business could grow faster with the right people around you, then I want you to go to boamastermind.com and enter that promo code PODCAST. That way you get a deep discount, and that way you can join us. When I say deep discount, I really mean it. I'm literally only covering my costs to host the event. So go ahead and go to boamastermind.com, enter that promo code PODCAST. And I just want to be clear here, this isn't one of those flashy masterminds full of influencers trying to build their followings. This room is built for operators, real estate investors who want to scale their business, not their social media presence. Go to boamastermind.com, enter the promo code PODCAST, and meet me in Birmingham on October 6th and 7th. So we are in Homewood, and Matthew's going to take us through a house over here that he bought for $500?
$550.
And they're going to put about $250 into it?
I'm hoping $200,000 into it, and then hopefully it'll pull $999. We will see. So we've come in and done all the demo, and I've got guys working on it right now, starting to reframe it. We pulled the stairs out. We're going to take the 2-car garage out and put a bedroom, move the stairs over here, and have a nice little mudroom down here and a big den. So it'll end up being a 4-3.
So you sure you're not going to have a garage? You're going to have a carport?
Underneath this, yes. Yeah.
See, that just seems so interesting to me that you would take a garage out.
But people need the finished space and the extra bedroom and bathroom.
I would want a garage.
Well, and then this wouldn't be the house for you. And I mean, it's as easy as that, right? Like you have a list of what's very important to you, and you wouldn't go look at a house. What is very important for people in Homewood is the street it's on and having space. And a lot of people live in Edgewood and they don't have much space, much elbow room. So they move over here to have large yards, more space. So it'll be very appealing to a buyer who's moving out of Edgewood and needing more space.
And just the fact that you know that and know your market.
A lot of that is because of having a lot of experience in Homewood. And I don't just blindly go into these things. I contact the experts in each of those areas, so they are in agreement that this was a good buy, and my end number is a very low number that I could probably get. So I do a lot of homework on the more expensive houses for sure. Because, I mean, it is a little bit of a risk, but if you're going to risk anywhere, Homewood's the place to do it.
And guys, let me just tell you, riding around with him for a day, which I've done many, many, many times, he's nonstop on the phone with realtors, asking them lots of intelligent questions about different houses that he's buying.
So we're going to put the kitchen in the front of the house. And what people love in Homewood also is outdoor living space. So you're going to have this also, which is so nice, right?
It's amazing.
People will pay money for this. And look, next door is a $2 million house. That actually might be $2 to $3 million. So
you're going to screen this in, I guess? It's probably just leave it open? Yeah. It'd be pretty easy to, wouldn't it?
I'm not a big screen-in kind of porch guy.
They got a pool over there, though.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Yeah, it's nice.
Can you take us through the inside?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, we just gutted it.
Why'd you gut it?
Okay, so one of the problems here was the previous owner had put the stairs in a terrible place. And the stairs were very small, so we pulled those out and we're having to relocate the stairs. And so in order to relocate the stairs, this is probably the best place to do it. So, and actually, earlier I said it was a 5, it was a 4-3. It'll actually be a 5-4 here. So I'm gonna put stairs going down here, and then I'm gonna have a wall right here, and the kitchen will be in between here and the front of the house. A very big kitchen. Focus of the kitchen will be on that porch, right? So we're taking this wall out. And so what else I did was I brought my listing agent here, which I really respect what he says. And we went over this for probably 2 hours. So I think we have a great plan. And my agent analyzes things very well, and he knows this market. He's always in the top 2 or 3 realtors in Homewood every year. And I've used him for 12 or 13 years. So, I mean, I know he knows what he's talking about.
And then you're going to take this wall out too?
No. It's our dining room right here.
Dining room.
And then I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to have this enter into that family room. So I don't have the exact plan of, I think I'm going to have the laundry and the pantry in here with another wall, and then have the kitchen on this wall and the stair wall with a big island in the middle. It'll be sweet.
I know it looks like you're in the demo phase. Is there anything that's going to be interesting about this one that might be a little bit harder to do?
Well, I think what's important here is getting the layout right. So that's why I just try to stop by for a few minutes every few days while we're in this process, so I can make sure that I get a feel of the house. Maybe see if I want to change my plan yet. And a lot of times I will change my plan. But here, I think we put in a lot of thought on the front end, so I think it'll work. And it's kind of one of those houses that if it goes to plan, it'll be great. If it doesn't go to plan, it'll still be good, which is really what you want. Like, you want to have a flip in the right area at the right price. So if it goes great, you make a ton. If it goes okay, you still do okay, right? What you don't want to do is lose money. I've done that, and that's no fun.
Is it scary? Was it scary, I should say, to do something of this size, of this magnitude, maybe in the beginning part of your real estate career?
Dude, absolutely.
Versus now?
I would say at the start of my career, 25 years ago, 1,600 houses ago, it was mainly carpet and paint every house. I never tore out windows. I never tore out kitchen cabinets. Maybe it took 2 or 3 years to even get into actually changing the kitchen cabinets, right? So I think I've kind of evolved into where I'm not afraid of big projects.
For I don't even want to say someone newer, but someone who's only maybe been doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it almost has to take a little bit of an evolution process for them to kind of get comfortable with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I think nowadays is a little different because you have so many resources, right? Like, I didn't have all the resources. Like, I couldn't get on YouTube and say, how do you change kitchen cabinets, or how do you move a wall? Like, I didn't know. So it took a lot more trial and error on my part, I think, than people have to go through nowadays. If you think about it, you can get online and research anything that you need to research now. Like, I didn't have that. So I would have to make calls. I'd have to call my brother and ask him questions, and he didn't know everything, right? And I didn't have people I could call really to get those kind of answers. So it was a lot of trial and error.
Make it sound like we're old, Matthew.
Well, I mean, in a way, dude. I mean, I didn't have an email address when all this started.
Let me ask you something. Who's in your corner? One of the biggest breakthroughs in my real estate journey came when I stopped trying to figure it all out on my own, and I started surrounding myself with high-level investors who are actually doing deals and building real businesses. That's why I created Board of Advisors, a curated mastermind for real estate entrepreneurs who are serious about growth. We're talking real conversations about cash flow, hiring, deal flow, burnout, and strategy, the stuff that actually moves the needle. We're meeting October 6th and 7th in Birmingham, Alabama. And if you've been feeling stuck or isolated, or like your business could grow faster with the right people around you, then I want you to go to boamastermind.com and enter that promo code podcast. That way you get a deep discount. And that way you can join us. When I say deep discount, I really mean it. I'm literally only covering my costs to host the event. So go ahead and go to boamastermind.com, enter that promo code podcast. And I just want to be clear here, this isn't one of those flashy masterminds full of influencers trying to build their followings. This room is built for operators, real estate investors who want to scale their business, not their social media presence. Go to boamastermind.com, enter the promo code podcast, and meet me in Birmingham on October 6th and 7th.
Why did that number surprise you, Brian?
No, that's a great question.
On the rehab
live,
number.
though, so not live, but we're rolling. So 150,000 rehab. That's a big number for, I guess, maybe
That's a pretty normal number for these type houses for me. 125 to 175.
So what, do you feel like that number is higher than maybe 5 years ago?
Oh, dude, absolutely. Because things cost more money now. Labor is more money. Everything you put in a house is more expensive now. So even the stagers everything costs more money. Windows, roof, appliances, countertops, everything, hardwoods, paint, everything's more money.
So give us
if you've had a 25% increase across the board over the past 5 years, that would mean a house that was 100 is 125, 130 now. So I think it makes sense.
For sure. That's why it surprised me. Because I probably haven't ridden with you since then.
Yeah. I mean, we have several rehabs now that are 200, 250 grand, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm assuming this wall.
So it was cut up pretty good in here. So we had multiple walls. You know, I wanted the stager to put the table. I haven't been here since the stager staged it. I wanted to put the table right over there. I think it still needs to go over there, don't you think? It's awful tight right there, isn't it?
It's a little tight over there. But you're the expert, so.
Well, the stager is really the expert at this. So I might
But there was a wall, I'm assuming, right here down the middle.
There was a wall down here, right? And then it was a small wall. I don't know. Maybe, dude, at this point, I forget. I know it had one right here.
Right.
It was cut up in here. So we probably took down 3 walls, which were all load bearing. So it needed LVLs going this way and front to back.
But it's wide open. This is a huge space.
I know. That's kind of what I prefer doing.
Yeah.
I really do.
It looks great.
You got to be careful taking down too many walls, especially in areas that they really want to have rooms kind of separated. Mm-hmm. Like Mountain Brook, I wouldn't recommend opening up too much in Mountain Brook.
Hmm. Gotcha. What's down here? Is it always been?
Yeah, so it was a den. I wondered at one point if it was a carport, but I don't think it ever was. I think it was just a den, and maybe it was out a storage area at one point.
So this one doesn't have
the backyard was so overgrown you could not even walk back here. So we put a lot of sod back here. So, you know, like this house, I probably put 12 grand in the landscaping. Normally we put like 2 to 5,000 in landscaping on a flip, but you know, it needed more here. And I think this is what will generate us more money. Mm-hmm. It needed a roof.
So, but as far as the landscaping goes, what was out here?
Literally just trees growing up everywhere. You couldn't.
How many trees do you think you took down?
Oh, I mean, little trees, big trees, probably, 150. It was really overgrown. You could not walk back here.
Wow. Golly.
Looks good, doesn't it?
It's a big flat backyard. You said it needed a roof?
Yeah. Roof is new. We pressure washed the privacy fence and repaired it. All new electrical. Service is new. Encapsulated the crawl space.
Okay.
Which is we just always do because it comes up on the home inspection reports and it just gives a warm and fuzzies to the home buyer and the home inspector.
Mm-hmm. When you redo the electrical like you did, now you're talking about going through, getting in like code and getting in obviously inspectors and things like that. But
you pulled permits and
for sure
brought everything to code.
But I guess the question is like with what different municipalities use different books or different like codes?
Well, I'm not really using the books. The electrician that I'm hiring is the one that is
They
bringing
worry
up
about
the code. We happen to know what code is because of our experience and our volume, but the electrician is the one who brings everything to code.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and he stays on top of that. And, you know, each city and town has their own, what year they're wanting you to bring it up to code to.
Mm.
So Hoover's one of the most challenging ones.
Mm. Got it. Okay, cool. What was the biggest expense on this house?
Probably, like, for example, those windows right there, they had untempered windows. When you pull permits, when you have windows that are so big, the inspector wants to see that they're tempered. Well, that, because I had to change those, which I already knew we'd have to change them, so I was already expecting that. I think we probably spent $5,000, $6,000 on all these windows in the front.
Just the ones in the front?
Yeah. But I didn't change the other windows, just the ones on the front.
Mm-hmm.
That's all new hardwoods. Hardwoods are expensive. The LVLs in the attic are pretty pricey. It all starts adding up.
Sure.
I don't know if one item was really the expensive part. I didn't bring my phone, but like that is a problem.
That's not a problem. That's just something
Well,
that
it's
needs
a
to be...
problem because what happens is when a buyer or agent walks through here and notices that, they think that somebody, you know, missed that obvious thing, and then they're like, what else was missed? But if you try to get their mindset like they thought of everything, they did everything so well, and if you don't have all these minor little things missing, then they really think the rehab was a higher quality, right? So we try to make sure that every little thing is done.
And that's the Gregory Dream Home way. You know, you've
Well,
been
I
doing
mean,
this for...
it really is. Like we try to be excellent in as many things as we can. All new baseboard, all new interior doors, you know, all new lights, obviously, paint, trim. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The realtor seemed to think that if it was a 4-bedroom, we could have been over 500. I still think it'll bring over 500 as it is, but we will see. Like I see other guys not put doors and glass up on their showers, which kind of surprises me. I wouldn't want a $500,000 house with a shower curtain. All new heating and air, new electrical again, all new plumbing, new cabinets. And this kitchen's awesome, man.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels...
See, I love having a big island. I want the person who cooks to come in here and say, dude, I could cook in here. I could entertain in here.
There's 5 seats at the island.
Yeah. Have all your friends over. Watch the Super Bowl. Have a bunch of kids. Whatever that is. Like,
so I know what you're looking at. So yeah.
Yeah, it's awful, right?
So what do you
I imagine what happened is the hardwood guy came in after the electrician and he couldn't make his quarter round go around the plate. So he pulled the plate off, put his quarter round in, and that just won't fly. So I got to get that fixed too.
What would you do on that?
Well, he'll have to trim it. He'll have to trim the plate.
Oh, the plate.
Yeah. So I only saw 2 items that are bothering me, which I think is pretty solid.
So this is like your quality control, basically.
Yes. Yeah. I like to go through the houses when I can, as they're fixing to go on the market, to see, you know, if we miss anything. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to pick my house apart, but over there is some trim missing.
Okay, so we didn't even come in here. This is the pantry.
Yeah.
So some trim missing.
Yeah, so I need to get that fixed too.
This is like a little...
But having a pantry's nice.
Like a walk-in pantry.
Yeah, well, look. It has pantry cabinets and shelves.
So house out here in Hoover, Matthew.
Yes.
We just did a walkthrough real quick. Walk us through the numbers.
Okay, we're in Green Valley, Whispering Pines. This is a house I bought for $225,000. It was a lead I got from an agent friend who, it was a inherited property. We came in and rehabbed it for $150,000. Was the last number I saw yesterday, which we still have a few things come out. So it could be $155,000, $160,000. And we have it listed for $475,000. So hopefully it'll bring that and we'll make a good profit.
That's awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you for the walkthrough.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much for listening to today's show. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you got any value today, please take 30 seconds and leave us a quick review. To get connected with me or to become a part of the Board Advisors community, go to boamastermind.com. That's boamastermind.com. We'll see you guys on the next one.